directions are really neat. Walking around the streets here in Amsterdam, it tells me, oh, if I want to get to this restaurant, I have to turn right and then turn left, and it tells me turn by turn and shows me where I am in the map.
So what does it do to you? Is it because of course we're still in the novelty phase. It's nice that it's possible.
Yeah, I've had it a week, and so the novelty for me is wearing off, and it's just now disappearing into my glasses. And it comes on once in a while when I turn it on or take. I like having the camera all the time. I'm taking pictures of my kids that I never got before because I always have a camera when they're doing something. Otherwise, I have to take out my camera, find my camera app, and wait for the app to start, and then take a picture. And that 5-second delay is a lot longer than just saying, okay, Glass, take a picture. And boom, and it's always there. And also I can be playing with them on a board game or something like that. It's really fun.
I thought I had something cool, but this is totally uncool.
That's the Pebble watch.
Yeah.
Well, I have the Basis watch as well.
Okay.
And I also have the Facebook home phone, the HTC First.
But the thing is, what I saw with the Pebble, for people who don't know, this talks more or less with my iPhone.
Yeah.
But how you are used to touchscreen, so it feels so old-fashioned that I can't use it as a touchscreen.
Yeah.
Because the iPod Nano Touch, of course, has the touch element in it, and I think, why do I have to move through things with knobs? So it goes so fast, things like this, because this is really new.
Yeah. No, it's a fun. The problem is there's not a lot of apps yet. There's Path on it so far, and Evernote's coming, and several others. But developers just got it last week for the first time, and so it's going to be a couple months before I think we're going to see hundreds of apps coming out to play with it.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's part of my life. I'm never going to take it off.
No, really?
No, I don't see it ever living a day in my life without it on now. It's that kind of life-changing event. It does feel like the Apple II. When I was 13 years old, I unboxed the Apple II. It had no software, right? It had a cassette tape drive. And it was a very expensive machine. I mean, I think my dad paid about $5,000 for our Apple II, which in today's dollars is like $20,000, right?
Yeah.
And it had no software. You had to write software for it.
But it changed your life.
It totally changed my life.
And you think this has the same impact?
This feels like the same thing. This is a really great first product, and I think there's going to be a lot of competitors in the next 5-7 years that come along for wearables, either on your wrist or on your face or both, right? I'm wearing a new Basis watch that studies my heart rate, and this is really life-changing as well.
So what do you, because it's early days, the software developer kit just went to the developers, so we're going to see the stuff that they're coming up with. So what are you waiting for? What?
Well, the first thing is, it does not do augmented, so there's some things that I thought it might do before I got it, does not do augmented reality. So I don't look at something and it's not always on. It's not going to look at a logo and tell me more. It just doesn't do that yet, if at all. The battery life is very, very small, so it lasts all day long, but you notice it's not on right now. It turns off very quickly. And so a lot of people thought, I'm going to capture them walking around. No. I have to turn it on and tell it to take a video, and even then it's a 10-second video. I can do longer video if I actually touch it, but so there's a whole thing. But in terms of apps, I want to ask it, find me the closest Starbucks, or find me the closest bathroom, or find me some power outlets. It doesn't do anything like that, but I'm hoping that the app developers fill some of that in. Gas Buddy, for instance, would be nice. Find me a gas station so I can fill up my gas tank, right?
You are working on a book about stuff like this. I forgot the title, but it's about contextuality.
It's called The Age of Context, because we're headed into a new age where we take sensors, wearable computers, big data, social network data, and location data, and we join those 5 things. And for humans, for us, it means we're going to get highly personalized product. This product is made for me. You can wear it, but it's my email and my calendar and my airline tickets and my information. It's very personalized, and it's also very predictive or assistive. It tells me what's coming next. When's my next meeting? When's my next airline? When's my what do I need to do next? How much traffic is between here and my next meeting? really good at assisting you and getting ahead of you. And that's the Google Now style stuff that's in here.
Yeah.
And we're going to see a whole range of products that do that. We already are, whether it's the Tempo app on the iPhone that does calendar and looks in your Gmail and into your behavior to figure out more detail about your appointments, and give you more assistive technology.
Yeah, a lot of it makes your life more efficient, you could say.
Yep.
But where does it make my life more fun?
Oh, well, there's going to be games. Google's working on a game called Ingress, which is a game that you play by walking around. And people already are playing it on their smartphones. It's not yet on the Google Glass, but they're working on a Google Glass. That game, people say it got them out of the house and got them walking around and playing a new kind of game. I don't know that I'm going to play something like Angry Birds on the glass. I think that's better done on a tablet or on a smartphone. But there will be certain kinds of new games that are built on the glass. I want to build a little game to collect power outlets in the world, and just go around and take pictures and map where all the power outlets are in the world. That way somebody else in the future can ask, find me a power outlet, and you'll get some points for helping that guy out.
Yeah. You are a regular visitor of the Next Web,
Yeah.
And most of the time, what you do is sum up the trends and sometimes.
And that's what my
apps.
talk tomorrow is. Gonna be
Tomorrow
about.
is, and so is this your main focus tomorrow?
Well, today I'm doing a debate about privacy with Andrew Keen, because having wearable computers and cameras brings into mind a new level of privacy questions, and that's going to be a fun debate. And then tomorrow I'm doing a talk on the age of context where I show off a bunch of these technologies and sort of explain what it means for business and what it means for people.
Yeah, talking about the privacy, because of course other people will think about that as well. What does it mean? Because the way I know you, of course, I know a lot more not about you than I know about you. But
Yep.
you're a very open and visible person.
Yeah, my phone number's on the internet,
Yeah.
my email, and,
Yeah.
and my kids' photos are on the internet.
So,
Yeah.
but have you never problems because of that? Because that's what people always think. When everything is open or a lot is open.
I haven't had too many problems. Other people have had problems. You see school teachers get fired because they put a picture of them getting drunk on a Saturday night, or somebody got fired because they said something stupid on Twitter. I haven't had too many of those issues. I've had a few, but not too many. But that's not, the issues I've had weren't because I was being open. It was because I was being stupid, which, we're humans and we make mistakes and we say things that we probably shouldn't say a lot of times. And there's deeper consequences when you do it in public and you have a huge audience because, coworkers get pissed off, executives get pissed off, your wife gets pissed off, and so it's a fun new world to play in.
So what will be your main point against Andrew?
Well,
Keen
Andrew's
before?
going to say that, my world is bad and evil, and I'm going to try to convince him that it's not and that it's good. And so it'll be interesting to see how that goes and see if minds get shifted either way. Because there's a lot of good by being transparent. I get invited to a lot of things. I get a lot more friends, a lot more experiences, right? And people send, like right now everybody knows I'm in Amsterdam, so several of my Facebook friends said, oh, you got to go to this bar, or you got to go to this restaurant, or you got to go to this museum, or see this person, So my life is much deeper and more interesting because I'm such a public person.
Yeah.
But my wife came from Iran, and several of her relatives are totally not willing to be on the internet because they were thrown in jail, 20 years ago in Iran, and they remember that the government can be used against them that way, and so they're very scared and very skittish, and so there is a downside to this stuff, and it'll be interesting to talk about.
Yeah,
there's a downside to every technology, actually. Cars, for instance, kill 30,000 plus people die in cars every year. Right? That's a pretty deep consequence. And we still drive every day, because we know there's bad and there's risk to it, but there's a lot of good. We want to go places and we want to go and experience life. And so we put up with the risk to get the good thing.
Yeah, Robert, you have a really special job. You work for a company called Rackspace, and it's a company that helps technology startups and grown-ups, etc., to do their business better.
We have 200,000 companies hosting cloud or their business on us. And
yeah, but what I see you doing is, well, doing interviews with all cool people, and we've been talking for 15 or 20 minutes. You haven't mentioned the company name, so how does that go?
Why do I need to mention my company name? You know where I work. Yeah. It's right on my Facebook profile, right?
But you've got a really special job.
Part of it is it's a new. I'm in the marketing department, and I realized that by being an authority on your marketplace, that gets you to start conversations that are more interesting than if you just come on a show and try to sell you. You know, people get resistive when you try to, hey, buy Rackspace Cloud. You know, it's better than Amazon. And it's like, developers particularly don't like that kind of marketing. They want to come to you and say, okay, I have a business problem. Can you help me solve it? And what's different about you than Amazon? And we do have an answer to that. So.
Yeah.
We're open source.
But what is your
more flexible, nicer people. We're nicer people.
Okay, that's a good reason. Werner, where are you? When do you do your job good? Because of course this is a new sort of thing what you are doing.
A lot of people like to do business with people. I like to do business like at Ford. I don't know anybody at Ford, but I know Scott Monty because he has a blog and he has a Facebook account, and he's very public about being at Ford. And so if I ever need something from Ford, I know where to go, right? And the same thing happens here. I've gotten very sizable deals on a Saturday night on Facebook because somebody's like, I need help with my business. My existing company is not treating me well. I need help, and I get them help on a Saturday night. And so that's part of my job, and that you don't usually see, but it's there. Part of it's strategy because I'm seeing all the bleeding edge technology. So next week I'm going to have some conversations with our executives about how can we help developers build apps for this thing, and how can we build new technologies that will get ready for this new world that's coming in 2, 3, 4 years, right? And that's strategy, right? That's the future.
Yeah.
Some of it's about going on stage and being a public face of a company and just being, a nice guy and up to date and doing marketing. And some of it's about being online and building media that helps people understand that you're relevant and open and transparent and up to date and part of the modern world, right? Because those are things that people think about when they think about buying cloud computing. They want to make sure that you have the best technology and that you're available so that if there's a problem on a Saturday night, they can get a hold of you,
Yeah, and then there's always your telephone number somewhere around.
Business now is 24 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
It's not Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
It seems, I always have the impression that you are born for a 24-hour economy.
I live in a lot of time zones, yeah. But now, at Rackspace, we have a whole social media team that watches Twitter and Facebook 24 hours a day. So, that's the new business. If you don't do that, you're really hamstringing your business because people expect to get customer service on Twitter at 2 in the morning, 2 in the morning wherever they are, right? Russia or Tokyo or Israel or New York or San Francisco. It's a worldwide business, right? So
true. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, have a lot of fun, and I've seen it happening when you walk around. You attract the whole audience.
It's really cool. It's this is a really great product. Tim O'Reilly says that he's gotten one, and he said everybody laughs when they put it on. And in the taxi today on the way here, I let the driver try it, and he goes, "This is crazy," and he goes, "I want one," and that's good news for Google, I think.
True, that's a good product. It sells itself. Yeah, really. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching, and we will be doing interviews for 2 days long. I want to thank keepgo.com. So whenever you travel and you want affordable mobile internet, go to them. And I want to thank Streamzilla because they made the stream possible today. Thank you very much.